go again. Here we go again on my own. Gonna play Thor. Once again, it's Thor analysis. This time he's going to be played by Alpha Salty. Wow, it took me a while to work that one out. Alpha Salty's going to be playing Thor in the jungle. It's 10, 5, and 4 he goes, which is a pretty good score, considering it's a loss. It's a 29-minute game where he's currently in gold 4. How do you think you played? Had a good early game, got a few kills, and started to snowball. Tried to get my solo lane snowball and keep their jungler, i.e. stealing buffs, behind, i.e. stealing their buffs. Okay. Well, that's what the game you struggled with. Missed a lot of easy walls and didn't rotate to deal with the Cupid enough till it was too late. Struggled trying to carry the team with a fed enemy Cupid. I didn't rotate enough to mid camps to help my mid, so he was left to fend for himself a bit. What aspects of the game did you feel comfortable with? The early game farming and did rotations, buff steals, ult combos. Okay, now, with what you just said to me, just going to pause this for a second. What you just literally said was, I camped solo lane and camped the jungler. I stole away the jungle buffs to put the jungler behind, and I camped solo lane. That's pretty much everything that you did this game, from just your own explanation. You never went to duo lane and supported your duo laner, and you never went to mid lane and supported them. You also lost farm at the mid harpies by not going to the mid harpies. So, things to realise about playing Thor and what you need to work on straight away before you even go into this replay is that if you camp solo lane all day and you camp the enemy jungler, it means that they can get free gold furies if you keep going to the solo lane. And I expect that maybe they get a gold fury or two at the expense of you being over in the solo lane if you're camping him this hard on this side of the map. We'll see this one through though and see exactly how you play it out. Let's see if we can see any changes that we could make to this going forward and what we could work on. So let's wait for the minions to spawn a Reno in this one.
Minions have spawned.
A double hug? Yeah. I think the thing to realise about what you chose to do in this game... Is he on your... No, he's not. Okay. The thing to realise is that you chose to camp for the Hercules. Now, Hercules is Hercules, okay? If you have chosen to camp for this Hercules at the start of the game, you need to realise that Hercules is going to be Hercules late game anyway. He's still going to be tanky. He's going to have a fine lane against some Wukong. It's going to be a farm fest, okay? Isis versus Giannis in the mid lane. Giannis could be something that you should be looking to shut down just because of his global rotations that are available to him. And put Isis on the board early should be what you're really looking to do. Then it's Hoyi and Ymir versus Bacchus and Cupid. Pretty much an even matchup there, actually. I think it would go one for one trades backwards and forwards. Either or could really kill the other one. Hoyi's a little bit more of a hyper carry in the late game over a Cupid, but you could influence that one as well. I don't think your decision to camp solo lane was the right one. If you've been camping solo lane in this game and focusing on getting this guy big, I don't think it was worthwhile. He's not something that you really need to worry about. Getting big, he'll get big naturally anyway. I mean, he's against a Sun Wukong. And that Sun Wukong should be dead already. But he gets out thanks to a nice stun from Cardi. I'm okay though if you've been stealing buffs all day game long. Good poke. Clear these minions and get out of here now. Come on. Oh, maybe not. Get that kill. Get that kill. Good. Leave now. There's no reason to stay anymore. You've already put him ahead by that first kill. I mean, I know you got the first blood, but that was a good pickup. Rotate to mid lane. There's farm here for you. You're going to be here in time. Good. I'm okay with that play to jump to your hammer and put the pressure on. Good auto as well. You're going to need a little bit of poke back. Make sure you get these minions. There's a new minion wave going in. Do not leave. 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 I don't think you should have left because there's a new minion wave here. I guess you're both going to go for this back harpies though. So it's not as bad as I thought because I expected Isis to stay. Clear the wave out nice and quick. Oh my god, she's not going to use an ability either. Well, good. Take it forever. Back to mid harpies. Sorry, mid lane farm. Go row. Good. Throw the hammer. Don't feel like you had to throw the hammer out there. I mean, Isis should be able to clear over one. I don't think this call to go to back harpies is good again. You could have pushed out mid lane again, put the pressure on a little bit more. Potentially stole away more of their jungle by pushing first. So back to mid. Bishop gets 5. We're not going to go mid. There's a fight going on the left-hand lane. I'm glad you noticed this. We're looking for 2 creeps though. We're looking for 2 creeps when we get in here as well. 2 creeps as well. That wall was not good. And then we hit him with a hammer and eat a burp as well. Luckily he didn't have a heart bomb available. You would have been dead there. You do hit 5. And you're going to miss mid harpies based off that rotation as well. When we watch this little bit back here, I think this is what's going to be important. We're going to have to look at this decision you made here. Are you really going to get a kill? That's what you need to work out for yourself. You've got 1 point in your hammer, and you go for a wall. Now, they're lower mana, but I don't think you're going to actually get a kill. You're not level 5 yet. Your health and mana pools are okay, but you're an assassin in the early game, and you're kind of squishy in all fairness. You're going to have to tank this full minion wave. They don't have much mana to really do much against you, but I don't think you're going to find a kill here. I think that what you should have probably done here is jump to your hammer into the tower and just farmed up. Instead, you eat a lot of poke because you go in, look for the wall, and then still look for the trade after missing the wall as well. By throwing your hammer onto them, you get aggro from all these creeps, which turn their attention to you, and the burp damage as well. Those archers ticked away nicely on you, and that's going to force you back to base, which means you miss mid-harpies. It would have been potentially better for you just to go for the mid-harpies and mid-farm. I like the fact you noticed what was going on in the duo lane, though. But at this point in the game and as it stands, when we press tab, you've got a kill, as does Hercules. Hercules has already won his lane in solo, okay? Hercules is already ahead in solo lane right now. Not necessarily won, but he's already ahead, so I don't want to see you go in there anymore. You should be looking at the duo lane, who's lost a kill, and they're currently down in that lane. Cupid's picked up 2 kills, so you should be looking to camp duo lane. And Thor's a perfect god for that because he can just ult in from the Gold Fury every single time. So you lose mid-harpies, so Carly might be a little bit ahead of you right now. Now we've got level 5 here. I don't mind you doing back harpies here, but we should be looking for some pressure somewhere on this map right about now. We've got blue buff spawning and speed buff spawning, which means that their speed buff and blue buff could be spawning. You're looking to camp the Sun Wukong, and I just discussed it. I don't mind this too much because you're on the side of the map. It's not the worst play, actually. You do pick up the kill into him, and that's good news. Like, killing Sun Wukong there was fine, just because now you can invade and steal away the buffs. I don't want to see too much focus on this, though. Is my only worry that you stay here all day focusing it and try to get Hercules too big. Steal away the speed, which is good. Steal away the blue, which is also good. Be careful of the rotation that could come out, though. You've got to be aware for it. Good wall, good wall, good wall. You soak that experience in lane. You just let that experience soak disappear. I don't know why. Why are we not soaking this experience? What's happening here is they're coming back to lane. They've just lost their jungle. What is their priority right now? There's no minions for them to farm. So where are they going to go? They're going to come to your jungle. So why didn't you clear this wave out? You clear this wave out, you push the wave back at them, and that means they have to choose between trying to invade your jungle or clear waves in lane, minions in lane. You chose not to go back and support to do that. So now they're going to get an opportunity to try and invade you if they so choose. Hercules is going to have to go to that minion wave and get attacked by 2 targets. You've not got ultimate available. Hercules might die there, potentially, if he gets away. It's because he's Hercules. He's still getting dived under the tower. You're still doing buff. As he's getting dived under the tower, you could have got a kill here. You're going to get a kill, but you were very late, and it looks like Hercules is going to go down and trade. That was a misplay from you. That was a misplay from you. You should have been over there. There was no reason. Why did we drop our speed buff right then? Why did we drop our speed buff right then? Did we need to drop our speed buff right then? We're not looking at the minimap. Hercules is getting dived under the tower. If you were there, these two would both be dead. They'd both be dead and Hercules would be alive because your CC and your damage output would have been enough to support your teammate. You chose the wrong option then, buddy. I don't think you needed to do that. It means Hercules actually lost a wave of experience there. Do not drop that blue without him. 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 You dropped that blue without him. You dropped that blue without him. So what you did then is you sacrificed Hercules for your speed buff, then stole his minion wave, then stole his blue buff. That wasn't putting Hercules ahead, that was putting Hercules behind. That was not helping out Hercules anymore. If you'd actually look at the gold difference between the two, there's 500 here between the two. If Hercules was actually alive still, this number would be even higher. He'd probably be like 1,000 gold ahead right now, because he would have got blue buff as well. Mid harpies have spawned. You can see right ones. Hey, right buffs. Yeah, we got a harpies. You're going to check left ones, but they're going to be down by the time you get there. Double tap was good. Double tap was good. Got ult available. Why are we not ulting Cupid here? We could go for a Cupid ult. No? You don't feel like it? We've got red buff available too. Drop the red, that's fine. Now what we're looking for. We're very low on mana here. So, while we're in base and we're waiting for these items, what we should be doing is pressing tab and going, how's the situation in the game? I'm the big boy on the team. I know that much because I'm 3-0, I've got the most gold as well, and I'm a level 9. I'm having a great game. Who am I worried about on the enemy team? Who could I be worried about? Is it A, Bacchus with 0-0-2 and 3.5k gold? No. Is it Giannis who's done nothing so far? No. Is it Sun Wukong? No, well he's 1-3 with Devourer's Gutlets. I'm definitely not concerned about him. Is it Kali? Well I just stole away a jungle. If we check in the gold difference between us, I'm 800 gold ahead. Or is it Cupid? Cupid should be our focus right now in this game. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? We just wasted our speed buff then typing. Yep. Oh, keep typing. That sounds good. Sounds like a plan. Or picking our nose or whatever you're choosing to do. It's definitely wise. It got us some farm for sure. Right, left hand side, you're looking for a gank opportunity. You're not going to use ultimate, which is fine. He disengages already. What you need to realise then with what you just chose to do, okay? Cupid fluttered. Cupid literally just fluttered. Why did you wall? Why did you wall? The wall was late. It was bad. You could have still gone on this Cupid here. You need to realise that. The reasons you should know you could go on Cupid, he has no beads. That's why I pressed tab to see if he had beads. Because the moment he flutters away, he has no escape. So what would I do? I'd ult. Ult right even though he can see me. Ult straight away. I can collapse on him and spam attack as I'm ulting. These two will charge in. Cupid's got no flutter, which means you can dunk down on him and spin the damage on with Ymir and Ho Yi back up for the kill. You'd be able to pick up a kill here for sure. The problem is that you just drop the hammer, drop the wall and left. You're like, well, that's the gank over. I missed my wall, guys. Sorry. Peace. They've got aggressive. Oh, where are you going? Are you going mid now? I hope you turn round and 180 no scope and go back in because Bacchus just flopped in. I know he flopped in, which means you should know he flopped in because I can hear the sound from your game point, which means you can hear the sound from your game point. If you can't hear the sound from your game point, it means you're playing music or you've got it too low. You can't get this in mid though. That's not the worst call. That's death. That's death. Wall. Good double tap. Good tap. You didn't have wall available because you just used it. But I'm happy with that play. That play was pretty good. You could have potentially gone on the duo lane though. Once again. So now you've put your solo lane semi ahead. Solo lane just got a solo kill. There's no reason to ever be over there ever again now, apart from for stealing buffs. We need to focus this Cupid, buddy. We need to focus this Cupid. But stealing the jungle buffs is good stuff. It puts Carly further behind, which is always nice. Like I said, I don't mind the invasions. The invasions are good stuff. It's something that a lot of people don't abuse enough in ranked games. Where we're rotating to here, to mid lane, you could have potentially just pushed this out and got the tower, but you should be able to do it anyway. Rotate to mid. Cupid's 2v1 him, just so you know. Cupid's 2v1 him. Don't think you really need to use the beads then. After that stun, that's all she had. You would have still walked away at exactly the same time as you did. There was no extra follow-up damage. I think the beads was uncalled for. Ult is available. We're low on mana. Please don't gank this lane again. Please don't gank this lane again. You're going to gank this lane again, aren't you? Why are we ganking Sun Wukong all the time? Buddy, he's level 7! He's level 7! He's level 7 with Devourer's Gauntlets. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? Hey? He's not going to do anything. You don't have to worry about this Sun Wukong. you got to be worried about that little baby over in the duo lane that's causing you issues. Meanwhile, remember that you were over here when you were doing this? You had this big fight going on. I'm pretty sure they saw you over in duo lane, right? And Cupid's really, sorry, in solo lane, and they were pretty big. Look what's going on the minimap. See this? See this? See this? This is why you're going to lose the game, is Gold Furies. You chose to gank a level 7 Sun Wukong. They got a Gold Fury for it. Your team over in duo lane is really struggling, and the only time you've turned up was at level 4 to throw out a wall and take some poke damage. What are we waiting for? We're waiting for full beads, okay. I don't think you really need to wait for full beads then, because it's still 60 seconds on these beads being available. You could have been back out there for now. Just got beads 2 and left it at that for the time and get back into this fight. Okay, this ultimate looks good. This ultimate looks very good. Go. Be a hero. Auto. Auto first. Autos, 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 autos. You're missing 3 damage. You can't pick a target here. The funny thing is, right, is by his HP bar there and what actually happened, you would have killed him if you would have used your auto attacks in between your abilities, okay? So you ult up. When you land, it's good. Dropping the wall is fine. And then you auto before you throw the hammer. Auto hammer, auto, and then spin. All you need to do is one auto here. Look at his HP. It would have been enough. It would have been enough, because those last 2 autos would have hit 2. He would have been dead by now. Instead he heals up. Relax. Didn't need to throw the hammer. Didn't need to throw the hammer then. Good wall. This should be a double kill. This should be a double kill. Yeah, boy. It was a good double kill. It was messier than it needed to be, but you do pick up the double kill for your team. Bad news is, I wouldn't have farmed this wave, I don't think. The reason I wouldn't have farmed this wave, it was pushing towards your team and your duo lane is behind anyway. You're actually stopping your mid getting some farm here, because he's not even with you just yet. You're getting yourself big, but you've got to work on getting the team big. Hercules is big, Isis is even-ish. Hercules is trying to make an impact in mid lane now. Red buff's available. Oh, that jump to the hammer was embarrassing. Giannis ults down. Giannis ults down. Collie's low. Boom. Doubles. Doubles. Nice. Wall. Wall. Good wall. Oh, if you would have walled a little bit earlier, you could have kept him in tower range. Be patient. Do not use your double tap. Do not use your hammer. Do not use your hammer. Save your hammer. Save your hammer. Save your hammer! That's why I was saving your hammer, because he'll flop away straight afterwards. Use your full beads for a cooldown reduction. You're not going to find anything. There's nothing else available for you for Gold Fury. You can rotate left, though. This is a big army that you should be marching on for this kill. This should be death. This should be death. And he's typing, which is even better. Good wall. You'll live. Don't worry. Relax. Is this really a loss? It looks like it will be. I don't know if it will be. That was not the best dunk in the world. What we were thinking about. What were we thinking about? What was our life choices there about? Alpha, you're going to die now. You're going to die because I don't think that was the best choice. Where are you? So, we go into the tower. We tank up the tower. We're looking for the tower kill. Unfortunately, we're taking aggro from it. The ult comes in. The ult out is good. This ult was good, okay? But it's at this moment in time where you just chose the wrong life choices. Are you going to survive with this much HP and this much mana? What do we have available to us? Let's just press this and see how much this costs. Mana cost 85, you've got 70 mana. Mana cost 90, you've got 70 mana. Wall cost 75, you've got 70 mana. What do you have available when you land? Nothing. Is it really worth going back into this fight? Is it really worth going back into this fight? Is the decision you've got to make. You look for the double stun, but by going for the double stun here, you're in tower range. If you stun them, you'll deal damage to them, which means you'll also get tower aggro, and you don't have anything to escape with. Actually, no, I'm lying. 77 mana. What's changed now? Still can't use 1. Still can't use 3. Can use wall. You go in tower range. This is the big issue. You go in tower range. Luckily, there was a minion there to block it, and now you're just eating 3 damage from Giannis at the back you can't do anything against. And he brings you down with an auto attack. You should have just disengaged. That's the point I'm trying to make there. You should have just disengaged. There was no reason for you to stay where you were doing. The rest of your team's getting out, but what I would have done is just ulted to around here and then look to the fight. Started base, and if they needed you, you could have had mana for a wall to get them out afterwards, as you were still regenerating because of bombers. You were still regenerating because of natural regeneration, rather, not bombers. Back to game we go. Actually, no, it's not like that in bombers anymore. I don't know what I'm talking about. You would have had 10 mana regen, which means you would have had enough for wall, like I said. Basio on jungle, speed buff available. We're looking to steal their buffs, but unfortunately, you should know they're on cooldown. Oh, we're rolling mid. We're going for Giannis. Good damage. Just a shame you're not throwing in some auto attacks with that. If you throw in some auto attacks, they do good damage as well. You've got no cooldowns. Why are we walking up to them like that? Whoa! Whoa, Nelly. Whoa, Nelly. What are we doing? What are we doing? Alpha! Oh, the body block to death. That tower's going to hit you. Is it? That heal was big. We need to talk about our life choices. We need to talk about our life choices in this one. So, the ultimate on mid lane was very, very good. I like the ultimate, I like the position you did it from, I like the potential. If you would have thrown an auto or two in here, there's potential for more damage and putting him even lower, okay? The problem is that he gets out for the most part. Now, all your skills are on cooldown at this very moment in time. And this is where I started going, what are you doing? Because I'm saying what you're doing, because I'm seeing your cooldowns, and you're like, you've got no 3, you've got no 2, you've got no 1. And you walk up to them. You walk up to them, and you start autoing against a Giannis, a Bacchus, and a Kali. You start autoing. You've only got Hammer available right now. Then you step in tower range for some unknown reason. Why are we stepping in tower range? What's the plan here? Then you get stunned in tower range. We've got beads. Why didn't we beads? We could be beads in here. We get hit by Intoxicate as well. We're still in tower range. We're still getting chopped down by Kali. You fist at exactly the same time, but the fist is not going to buy you any tower damage safety. And then you have to jump to Hammer. Luckily, Circle of Protection comes out, otherwise you would have been dead there. Looked at that Snipe Mist as well. So you get a bit more of a heal. You've got Spin online. The wall's not good, but the wall actually forces a double tap into Kali, which is good. And then you go down. Beads! Where was your beads? Where was your beads? If beads was earlier, you would have missed out on Stable Vortex, just so you know. That play was a really, really strange one, Alpha. Really strange.
A new threshold. The way is open.
Right, back alive again. Your build's fine, by the way. There's nothing exciting to say about your build or worrisome about it. Maybe 1 or 2 more wards. How many wards have we bought so far? Let's have a little look. I don't think I've seen too many from you. Thor. 0! Alright, maybe that's one thing we need to look at. 17-minute game, no wards and a jungler. Just because you're winning the game and you're 8-2-2. Remember, right? When you're 8-2-2 and you're the big boy on the team and you press tab and you go, how much gold have we got? Hey guys, look at me. I'm top gold with 9,000, right? And your poor Ymir, who's level 10 with 5.8k, doesn't even hit 6k yet, has bought 5 more wards than you. That's pretty embarrassing. Pretty embarrassing. You should be getting some wards online. You need to give vision for your team to keep the rotation, to stop these rotations from happening, and to stop you losing gold furies too. That's really lazy. Really lazy only having 2. 0 wards. 0 wards. Disgraceful. When you've got this much gold, abuse your gold advantage by buying wards for more vision for your team. Why we start with 900 gold in our inventory and we're not using it? Why don't we get some wards then? Huh? Huh? Now we seem kind of lost now. The reason that we seem kind of lost, Alpha, is that at this stage of the game, I'm going to stop right now because I know your scoreline looks good. But the problem is right now, where I'm looking at, you kind of get lost in this of like, I'm just going to fight in mid lane all the time. That sounds like a great plan. Let's just fight mid lane all the time. Meanwhile, you have left this Cupid to continue the pressure on this duo lane. Look at it. He's at the Phoenix right now and you're chilling in mid lane. Why are you chilling in mid lane when the Phoenix is on the threat? Why are we not ganking this guy right now? You've got ultimate available. You have ultimate available and instead you're chilling in mid lane. But don't get the choice. Don't get the choice you're making here to stay around. It's a bit of a weird one. Right, going forward, Alpha, here's my advice to you for what you need to do. Your ganks onto the solo lane were good at the start. You got first blood, which was nice. The second gank on him was okay. And the third gank, I guess, was a little bit too much. I don't think you needed the third gank. Hercules had already won his lane. Your focus on the duo lane was not enough, and mid lane was okay. I think your mid lane ganks were okay. I think you could have warded more, and I think you should have been looking at the duo lane to support them a lot more going forwards. If you look at the duo lane differential between the two, and now Cupid is level 17, Hoey is level 13, Ymir's level 10, Bacchus is level 12. What does that tell you? Your duo lane is losing. What could you do to change that? Go and freaking gank for them. Go and babysit them 24/7. Go ward up for them so Ymir can actually finish off these freaking items he's got here, so he doesn't have to keep buying wards. Go ward up for them and stay on that side of the map so they can't do the gold furies and get themselves a gold lead, which is one of the reasons they've got a gold lead here, is because duo lane is so big. Go and sit in that lane so they can't take a tier 2 tower and put pressure on your Phoenix like they are doing now. Don't be sitting in mid lane doing this sort of thing that you're doing now, where you're going overly aggressive for no reason when you could be camping the duo lane that's clearly overextended. This Cupid player has had a free time in here. He's not been punished for the aggression that he's done, and some of the times you could have picked him a lot earlier in the game than you did. So, in your future games, Look at the minimap. Look at what the game has got, how the game is going. Who's winning and who's losing is what you need to be looking at. Who's winning and who's losing. Giannis 4-2-0. Maybe I need to pick Giannis now. Hold up a second. Giannis is really big, but so is Cupid. Cupid's on my tier 2 tower. My two focus targets in this game are Giannis and is Cupid. I don't give a crap about Sun Wukong now. That build is making me laugh, and I'm not even worried about it. So don't be. Focus on what the enemy team's building, what the scoreline is, how much gold they've got, whether they need to be shut down. And do that going forward, and you'll win a lot more games. Your scoreline looks great, but if you're not going to abuse your scoreline by buying wards and actually going on the correct targets, you are going to still lose games as people like Cupid get to run rampant in your duo lane.